I don't. I just don't know when to use them.
Yeah, fair. They can be a lot of it's like flash for the most part, because if you just do like the basic shit on Riven, you know, fast Qs and the occasional double cast with like ER, EWR, whatever the hell, you'll get
Yeah.
like the majority of the benefit. You don't need to like Q3 ward behind you to cancel gap closes or anything. Nothing
I'm
fancy.
not. No, I don't do that. I do not do that.
Yeah, you don't really need to do anything fancy like that for the champ to be good. But yeah, this matchup is pretty good for you. The only time you kind of lose it is level 1. Just because if he pops Ghost and runs you down, you get absolutely butt blasted. But level
Yeah.
2, 3 you win, as long as you save, like I said, stun to disengage or E to disengage, or double cast. Level 6 you win all in, especially because you went the Ignite, so.
Well, now, what do you think about fake leashing?
Uh,
Can I even
it,
do it?
Not at this rank, no. It's something you do
Okay.
if you're trying to help your jungler, but people at this rank don't even look at where jungles start half the time. Sometimes they do,
Okay.
but like it's not consistent enough.
Oops.
Yeah, so it's fine like this. You can probably step up level 1 and just like matches push, but it's fine to let him put you in early on too. You're just gonna play for like level 3 fight. We're just gonna fast forward this. It's fine. Also, I'm assuming he went resolve secondary, right? Or at least I'm guessing.
He did. He did. He did.
Yeah. So in these matchups versus
Sounds ready.
resolve, yeah, just make sure you're using Q1 to pop bone plating and then back out, and then you can look to re-engage with like Q2, Q3. So it's fine. Actually, even like right here, as soon as you're eased back off cooldown, you can look for a pretty heavy trade on him. So one thing you really have to pay attention to this in top lane is like when you're this close to your tower, any trade's a safe trade as long as they can't kill you within like 5 seconds or like 3 seconds.
Okay.
So like him standing here, especially with his Eon CD, it means like you should just butt blast him right now. Because as soon as these are gone, it's a full wave for you, and you have all your cooldowns up, and he just has autos, and you can stop the trade whenever you want. But that's just like minute laning stuff. It's not the most important, but it's just something worth noting because it'll help you out in some lanes when people are like AFK shoving into you like this. Yeah. You also have a little bit of a bad habit of using abilities on wave. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
I'm watching now.
This is fine. Again, this is pretty good time to look for trades because you're close to tower. Yeah.
Yeah, I look so scared actually. I'm watching it back.
Yeah.
But I don't have to eat for that CS.
And you can trade on him really hard here, especially with Nidalee coming. Nice
That was
freebie.
an amazing spear.
Yeah, that was holy fuck. She weaved that. Good lord.
Yeah, she's Nidalee one trick. I usually hate playing with Nidalee, but this guy was really good.
The one tricks are always beasts. That champ's so like high skill cap that when someone just only plays it, it's so nice. Oh, she has flash still. I mean, oof.
I was thinking about going, but I really wanted the wave in. I
Yeah.
don't think I crashed it fast enough. I did, maybe.
Yep, this is okay. Yeah, it's cannon wave, so it works out
Yeah,
fine.
wave, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, so you made the right choice there. Make sure to crash it, and then this will push back to you just because cannon does more than the 4 minions will, so. Okay, fast forward. It's fine, let it push back into you, pick up wave. And as soon as wave is even, you can start looking for all-ins again. For trades at least. That's okay. You couldn't really walk for this just because your wave was so big. Maybe though. Nice. Yep, and you just walk out. Nice, that's good. Is that pretty much how the whole lane goes? Kind of just like
So.
responding to roams? Okay.
Yeah, I just run off top sometimes.
Oh, you could crash that. Okay, I'm just gonna play it on fast forward because I think I have a general idea of like some things we can work on in lane, and then after that, I just want to see how it goes down like mid late game, so I can see how you're positioning around team fights. Because honestly, oddly enough,
from what it looks like so far, is you're pretty confident in skirmishes and fights. Your lane's a little bit shaky, mostly just because you're like you either don't know your limits or you're too afraid to try and like find them, you know.
Yeah.
But here I haven't seen any of like the mid lane. This one. Nice, that's good. Yep, actually, I will say, this is something I had to go over a lot with Oxy.
Okay.
This is a really good roam. So, especially because tower
I saw
plates are down.
dragons coming.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna take mid because nobody's there, and I wanted to push in mid for a drag.
Yep, exactly. So, you literally trade like nothing. You don't lose anything on this top wave because you pick up mid to make it
Yep,
even.
I got
And
a
then,
mid wave.
yeah, you're there for dragon fight. So, it's really good. That's something a lot of tops struggle with when they take combat summoners, but combat summoners are literally like the go-to take right now. You should almost never take TP.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
it's pretty dead.
I used to be someone who only took TP, so this is new for me, but getting used to it.
Yeah, I feel it. I was the same way, but you just kind of have to accept if he's so bad, you have to take combat summoner. So,
I mean, if I'm playing Cyan, I'm still TP every game, but
oh, of course, yeah. Tanks will take it for sure.
yeah.
Do you have ulti?
Yeah, I was baiting. So I knew.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
it wasn't. You know what? I wasn't baiting. I was just scared. Yeah, I saw he had red, and I was scared.
Yeah, that's fair. He can definitely chase you down with red if he has ghost.
I was scared for something. I mean, that's obvious. I was so scared, but
Speed forward.
yeah, remember when I get my other kills.
Hey, you don't seem that scared in team fights, to be honest. It just seems like 1v1 you're nervous.
Yeah, maybe.
Game's pretty much over at this point. Let's see, speed through. Yeah, game's pretty much over. Okay, cool. Yeah, actually. I'm trying to think of the way to remedy this, to be honest. It's a little bit tough. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier with team fights, but I think actually a lot of it comes down to, or at least for your lane phase, is that you're not sure or you don't plan out your trades in advance, and so you don't try to think of like if a trade is good or bad for you. And because you're not like trying to evaluate if it's good or bad for you, you just avoid the trade altogether to make sure it's like net even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I just honestly, it's like every game on Riven. It feels like unless I know I win like 100%, and it's like obvious,
Hmm.
then I'll go for trades. But otherwise, I literally I stay even, just get CS, and then wait for jungle pretty much.
Yeah.
Like every game.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is similar to how you play other champs, but one thing I kind of want you to start practicing, at least on the Riven, it does apply to other champs as well, is just sort of like lane wiggling and like dipping your toes into the water when it comes to trading. So let me see if
Okay.
I can find like an Adrian Riven Darius VOD. Because I've watched a bunch of these and he does a really good example of basically short trading to kind of like test where your other player's confidence is at to get like an idea of what they're willing to commit and how much you can take away from a trade. This one might be a bad one, because if I remember correctly, he just fucking all-ins level 1, and it's kind of cringe, but yeah, so this one doesn't really apply. Let me see. Trinity.
few matches I'm really bad at too. I just get scared because I always lose it.
That's fair. I had a really bad mental block against Tryndamere for the longest time.
Yeah, Tryndamere is one of them, and then I think it's Darius and Aatrox, which I know Aatrox is actually very winnable.
hmm
Same with Darius.
Yeah, that makes sense though. That those are all champions you struggle
Oh, and then
against.
even Tom Kench.
Yep, that sounds about right too. Because all of these champions punish you for not having like an escape or a get out. Like as soon as
Yeah.
they're on you, they just want to fucking run you back to tower. So that sounds about right for how they would want to play. God, all of his fucking lanes suck, man. Why does Adrian just level 1 all in every single game? Fuck this.
It's too
It's
good.
kind of cringe. Okay. I'll try and use one of my games that I played today. So this
Okay.
happens a lot with champions who you aren't like straight up gonna win the 1v1 against, but champions that you can win like these really short trades, like just like love tap and back out trades. And Riven's really good at those, especially because obviously she can always just Q3, W auto, and
Yeah.
E out, or she has like a million different ways to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's fast forward to this. So the main thing I want you to think about when you're going into these lanes is I want you to look at your opponent and think, how do they want to fight me? Like, do they want long fight, short fight? Are they just gonna like fucking blow everything as soon as it goes out? What are they trying to hit? So like, for Darius, try to give me like an example of how he would want to start a trade at say level 3. So
Level
like,
3.
yeah, like
Probably.
go ahead,
I
sorry.
don't think he wants to start with E,
Mhm.
but probably wants you to start with the W,
Mhm.
because longer range auto, and then try to catch me with the E on the way out. Is what I would think.
Mhm.
And after he gets E, he can Q. And that's what I would think.
Yep. And then he'd probably back out after that, right? Unless he's gonna
Yeah.
go for like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you think you could kind of play around that on Riven? Whether that's like spacing it or you want to still trade back with him, but like try to get as much damage as you can onto him while still having an exit plan essentially.
If he starts with W, I mean, I never want to use all my abilities. I probably want to save one of my Qs and then one of my E's is what I would think to get out E range. But I actually don't. I don't even know. Like I know you can QW in,
hmm
then maybe auto and then EQ out. I don't know.
You could. What about even if you just went like you walked up, you tanked his W auto and you auto W'd, Q'd, and then just E'd out. So he gets one W auto on you, and then you get auto W and Q on him. It sounds like you probably win that by a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about third Q.
Not even third Q. It can be first,
Okay.
second, or third,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, any of them. So that's like one way you could play that trade, and then another one is like you were saying, Q in, auto W, and then same thing, EQ out, or Q again, and then save third Q to disengage, or to like stun him and then E out, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, because the main thing we're trying to avoid there is him continuing the trade with that E on the end, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just have to try to think of ways around that essentially, in different ways you can like save one of your disengage abilities essentially, so your E or W or your Q3 to get out after the fact.
Mm.
So it's a little bit harder to demonstrate this on Camille because obviously she's just fucking. She's a bit of a lane bully and also she just walks out. She has Q move speed. But this matchup, I try to show it a little bit as well. So.
Gives
So
you a
that's
magic shield.
Yeah, his W's magic damage, so it's a little weird early game.
Okay.
Yeah, so that doesn't really matter there. Short a little bit. So it's kind of like the early game you had with Darius, where
Yeah. Exactly.
I let him push
exactly
him
how it
in,
is.
and I wait for level 2, and then this is like the same situation you had. Close to tower, so I know I'm safe to take these kind of aggressive trades. And then
Okay.
E, Q, Q, and then I use my move speed to get out. In your example, it would just be like Q, W, auto Q, and then E to get out. And that's like the Darius E, the attempt to re-engage, but I'm already so close to tower that he can't actually do much.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward. I kind of want to get a bit later on past this part. Yeah, this sucks to demonstrate actually. I need to play some Riven games to get back on this, but let's just hop into 1v1 real quick, and I'll just have
Okay.
you play the Riven side, and I'll pick Darius. Then we'll just run
Okay.
through it. to get you some muscle memory on it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
They will regret opposing me.
In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can find an example of it a little bit better.
Okay, so like,
Forgot about General Sniper.
I know, I actually haven't heard much from him lately.
Oh. He's gotta be getting older now, right? Like 17?
Oh, pretty close. I think he's 16 now, something like that.
Dang, that's crazy though.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine, man. Jesus. Alright, so just for the first 3 levels, or at least for the first 2 levels, we're just going to kind of play it out the same... Well, actually... Yeah, for the first 2 levels, we'll just play it out the same way. Just kind of let me crash second wave, we'll let it bounce back to middle, and then with what we were saying before, I want you to just think about how I would look for a trade. So, like, I'd want to lead with auto and then save my hook to re-engage, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to just kind of get the muscle memory down around that. So either save, like, E, W, or Q to disengage after the fact before I can get a hook off.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of weird because this changes for every single matchup, obviously. But when you go into your next set of games, this is like the main thing I want you to worry about. Is like, if you're going to take nothing from this, don't worry about the team fighting because you seem like you're pretty comfortable when it comes to skirmishes and fights. Don't worry about like post lane minion management and whatever the fuck. Just worry about like your levels 1 through 6 and thinking of how to get small health advantages in trades, and then don't worry about anything else.
Okay. So I think before I would think about their major cooldowns and if it was down or not, but not like how they would want to trade me.
Yeah, so that's a good start, is that you're thinking about the cooldowns. Now try to think about how the cooldowns work into like my trade as well as yours.
Okay.
Yeah, so like even level 1s against these sorts of lanes, you can look for like Q to pop my bone plate or like Q auto, then use Qs to disengage. So like if I step up, good. And then using that Q3 to disengage is what you want to try to do.
Okay.
Endless conflict lies beyond the throne.
Actually, I really love the Fiora matchup. I think it's like super fun.
Yeah, the fair one's actually really cool too. Wow.
You could have done a lot more to me.
Yeah, hit the middle there. Oops. Yeah, Darius is just a cool matchup in general, but she's not picked very much anymore. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. I love the like. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about when I don't have 2 forms of mobility.
Mhm.
Especially if you slow me with W.
You can also click on my model and then track how long my W is up for. Oh my, he's on CD still. Omega lol.
Yeah, I know it's really long. Oh. Thought you'd bump hitting. Wait, I can click on you. Oh, I got space.
Pop! Oh, the flash! Fuck! That was good though. Like,
I
you had the... Yeah, you had the right idea going into it. And that's where like a lot of... You see how when I was trying to bait out your spacing, I was doing like a really, really heavy wiggle in front of you? Like I wasn't dedicating one way or another. Yeah, and that's how you'll find a lot of those like little spacing advantages. So I'm not going to kill you, but just stay here for a sec.
Okay.
So like when we're both sitting here wiggling like this,
Yeah.
if you step up like a little too far just to mess with me, maybe you'll see me pop W, and then you can set
Yeah.
to space it out until my W is off CD. And then you can
And then
re-engage
I
off
can
that
go in.
cooldown.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of those little CDs start to tie into your trades and whatnot. That's why you'll see so many players do like this in lane. It's to try and
Yeah.
bait out a cooldown or fake
Like
something.
I feel like I'll just do that, but I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't actually. I don't think I do it right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you want to
reason,
keep going or do you want to restart?
yeah, we can restart it. The wave's fucked.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to do that like constantly in lane. A lot of people over exaggerate it and they'll do it like while they're sitting their last hitting minions and like, no one's trying to
Mhm.
fight them. But the main thing, the reason why you're doing that is you're trying to like bait out some sort of spacing. So it doesn't really matter what that is, but just have an idea in your mind of like what that person's ability is you're trying to bait out with that spacing.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
think I do it less so with melee matchups,
oh
but
yeah,
I do it in range. I do it like if I'm melee and they're ranged,
yeah,
or like I'll start running backwards,
hmm
and then immediately start running forwards again because they see me run backwards and they
yeah.
try to chase me down,
So
and
for
I get like
like,
a
yeah, so for a Cinder, for example, you probably sit like just on the edge of your Q range and wiggle, so that way they step in your
yeah
Q range.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's called, for range people, it's called tethering, but for
Uh,
melee, it's just kind of just general spacing.
okay.
Yeah, so you
Like
can,
Karma Top was just so fun. She's so. I mean,
hers,
it's range top. I think it teaches bad habits, but
well, good and bad. I mean, it can teach you good spacing, but it can also teach you to be really risk adverse, because you don't have to risk much when you're ranged, usually.
yeah.
Uh,
I should have made lobby.
oh, it's okay, I got it. Totally forgot, no Darius runs TP.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that to you when I was looking at your stream, but
Yeah, no, I was a little bit drunk. I haven't played this champ in forever, so kind of forgot you just auto run Ghost every game.
Burn the city, devour one another, and from our bones, a new world will rise.
and what item do you start usually on Darius?
Kind of depends. It's either D shield or D blade, but usually it's D blade because you're bullying
Okay.
lane.
I should
Yeah.
also be trading more because I have 3 pots.
The throne doesn't interest
Uh,
putting an axe in
Is
yeah,
that bad?
you can be.
No.
It's you have to be a little bit careful just because if they have D shield, if it goes like 2-3 minutes of trading, D shield would be better. But 3 pots is better in like short bursts of trading, so like over 45 seconds or like over 30. Because obviously you can just fucking down them all and however long it takes to drink all 3 for 450 health.
Mhm.
Oh, also, this is kind of Riven specific, but you know, like when you queue over me, it like travels through me, and then when you queue on me, it stops right in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
That's
So,
important for wall jumps.
yeah. It's also really important for trading, because if you queue through me and when you're
I
trying
go
to
too
queue
far.
through, yeah, when you're trying to
I
queue through
die.
to disengage, you die. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll mess it up, but I know that it's bad.
Okay, just making sure. I fuck it up a fair bit amount too when I play Riven, so.
Did you know the a wall that I did not know you can jump is bot lane tribush, like right above it? To Dragon Pit, you can jump that.
Bot, Tribush. Oh yeah, the like the part that kind of goes into like a U choke there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Riven could jump that though. That's kind of cracked.
I in practice though, I do it really inconsistently, but I've done it before. I was not expecting that. Oh, that's the thing I just messed up on. We just talked about it.
Yep. Level 1, you gotta think. Who wins level 1? What do I want to do level 1? Alright, run it
Might
back.
have been fine. I might have been fine if I didn't queue over you, but it's still bad.
Me.
Plus your W cooldown's so short. I think I just die. I flash at the very least.
Yeah, you usually can't get away with it against champs that run Ghost, just because Ghost is very sprint you
I see,
down.
I see.
Yeah, but if I'm like a Camille in that situation, yeah, you can 100% get away with that. Or even if I'm just not running Ghost on Darius.
I will invite you.
Thank you, sir. Holy shit, my class is 10 minutes past. Let me just hop into it real quick.
Okay. I should probably hop into mine too. Actually, I have one right now.
Oh, okay, you want to come back in 50 minutes and we'll do some practice?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
All right,
That
cool.
works.
Is it a 2-hour class or 1 hour?
It's a 1 hour.